What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. As always, my name is Sean Noriega, and today I'm here to just give you guys an update on everything that I've been up to. I've been gone for quite a while, and for good reason. I've been very busy lately, and the topic of today's video is just going to be everything I've been up to and my thoughts on what's been developing in the powerlifting world and what my plans are going to be going forward. But first, I want to say this video is sponsored by Jacked Factory, Lift Unlimited, and Virus International. These three companies have taken care of me immensely, and I'm very, very grateful to them. I wear and use their stuff literally every day. I swear by them. And if you support them, you're supporting me, supporting the channel, all good things. So getting that out of the way first, let's dive into the first life update for me, which is the business, the coaching team. Now, if you're watching this video, you've probably been following along on social media. In the past couple months, I've actually hired 3 new coaches. Now, the team before then, it was just me, Jaron Yamane, Michael Jin, but recently we have expanded, both out of a necessity for the demand that we have been hit with, as well as the desire to expand from an influence standpoint. You know, education and teaching are huge tenets of what I believe this brand to be, and also what my team wants to accomplish. So if you aren't familiar, we recently hired 3 new coaches, Chance Mitchell, Aidan Roeder, and Erik Larsson. So go give them a follow on Instagram. I'm going to put their handles in the description. But if you are interested in coaching, I just want to say now that a lot of them are at capacity or at least near capacity. So we're really only looking for serious inquiries. But I am just so grateful for the team that we have built. We're planning a lot of educational stuff in the new year, which I will go into further in this video. I'm going to turn off these notifications right now because they're distracting to you guys. But we have a lot of stuff planned for the new year, and I couldn't do it without you guys. So seriously, the demand, the just overall enthusiasm for the team, it really means the world to us. So thank you guys so much for all of that. So that's the new team. Now, a lot of you guys have been asking about my training and also what my plans are from a competitive standpoint. So my training right now, I've been keeping things under wraps. Training has been going really well across the board. I'm just performing really well. That's all I'm going to say right now. I'll be posting again soon. I've been posting a lot of bodybuilding content lately, but I'll be posting the big 3 lifts very soon. Looking to finish up this coming block with some pretty big numbers. So once we get to that point, maybe I'll release a couple videos from the vault. But ultimately, this leads into the conversation of, you know, what are you doing competition-wise? A lot of people were asking me, you know, Sean, why weren't you at the Pro Invitational this past weekend, December 4th? And my answer to that is I want to compete where the head-to-head competition is. I might have somewhat of an unpopular opinion here when it comes to the Pro Invitational. I think it's a super fun meet, production quality-wise. It was awesome. I had serious FOMO, you know, not being there. But from a competitive standpoint, my goal is always to go head-to-head with the best guys, and I know that going the IPF route, at least for this year, is probably going to be where I'm going to get that. More specifically, I know that Russell wants to compete at IPF Worlds because his ultimate goal is Sheffield. And given that IPF Worlds is the same week as Nationals, as well as the fact that if you compete USAPL now, you receive a year ban from the IPF, I'm holding out. Some of you might know the new Powerlifting America Federation that has been started. We're waiting to see when Nationals is for them. I think it's going to be somewhere around the middle to end of March. That's the rumor that's going around. So that will likely be my next competition. You know, I long-term plan on coming back to the USAPL from a moral standpoint. I support the USAPL, but just from a selfish standpoint, you know, I want to continue to go head-to-head with guys like Russ. And for those of you who don't know who Delaney Wallace is, Delaney is really coming up in the 83 kilo class and is a serious threat as well. And I spoke to him about this. I was like, yo, what are your plans? Because I want to go where the best guys are going to be. And he was like, shit, I was waiting to see what you guys were doing, and that's where I'm going to go. So my bet is that we're going to end up competing against each other at Powerlifting America Nationals. for a chance to go to Worlds, competing against Russ, since Russ already has the U.S. Virgin Islands spot. And then after this year, I'll probably come back to the USAPL, but those are my immediate competition plans currently. So from a coaching standpoint, a business standpoint, there are a couple topics that I really wanted to present to you guys, which number one being that we are going to be doing the Christmas fundraiser again this year. If you guys remember from last year, we did a Christmas fundraiser where if you donated to, I believe it's called yougivegoods.com, which is like a toy and food drive, you would receive in return, if you provided us receipts of the donation, you would receive in return like a 20-minute form consultation on a lift of your choice, so squat, bench, or deadlift. We're going to be doing that again this year, so I'll be making a video announcing that on Instagram very soon. Another thing that we are going to be doing is we are also going to be offering the high school nationals and collegiate nationals guided programming again. I will also be releasing a video on Instagram with more details there, but if this is something that appeals to you, if you're looking for, really solid structured programming and some guidance, but not necessarily able to afford full-time coaching, this is going to be the perfect program for you. It's going to last 12 weeks, and every one of our coaches on the staff is going to have a role in this process. I have a couple of coaches who are going to be writing the programs with me, and then within the group, the moderators are going to be a mixture of a couple coaches on the staff as well. But you're going to have like the best possible set of eyes and multiple sets of eyes on you from a form standpoint, and to help you navigate the program that you're given. Same as last time that we ran this, it's going to be broken up by gender, and it's going to be broken up by weight classes. So this is the most, in-depth, diverse, guided programming available. Most programs are just given as a template, maybe broken up as, intermediate or advanced, but we are actually using our own intuition of, what we have seen with how men and women respond differently to programming, how being really small versus being a larger lifter, changes what frequencies we think are best. So all this stuff is coming in down the pipeline. We'll release the more details soon on how to apply, pricing, all that sort of stuff. But just be on the lookout for that. Can't speak. It's been a while since I've been in front of the camera, you guys. But be on the lookout for that. We're going to be doing it for high school nationals as well as collegiate nationals. Really, really excited for that. Another thing, just additional services to, keep you guys in the loop on. If you go to teamnori.com, I am offering 3 new services for you guys. Number 1, our form consultations. So if you have been keeping up with my TikTok lately, I pretty much use TikTok to put out really niche powerlifting tips and information. And then I've also been doing form reviews on there where I'll try to condense as much as I can into like a 3-minute window. And a lot of people were asking me if I could do form reviews. And what I am now offering on the website are 60-minute form reviews. We are able to go through each of the big 3 lifts. All of the form reviews I've done with people who have taken advantage of this service thus far, we've been able to touch on squat, bench, and deadlift all within the hour session. So that's one service that's available. The second one, for those of you who are self-coached, we're also doing a programming consultation. So a 90-minute sit-down where prior to the call, you'll send me any training history and relevant training videos that you might have, where we can sit down and I can give you my guidance and beliefs about how you should structure your program. You're maybe not able to afford or maybe just want to continue self-coaching. This is a chance for us to sit down. You can pick my brain from a programming standpoint on how to structure your days, what frequency you should lift at, accessories, all that sort of stuff within a 90-minute window. So that's service number 2. Now, service number 3, this is a more serious one. As you guys have probably heard me mention before, my ultimate goal and my big passion project that's going to be developed over the next year is a full powerlifting education course. Now, I put my coaches, the first time I hired them, through a mentorship. The coaches that I'm working with now are going through a refined version of that mentorship. And ultimately, I'm looking to develop this beast of a program where we all have calls. There are going to be assignments. There are going to be competitions against other people within the mentorship. It's pretty much going to be like a course. And I'm looking to refine my education skills and teaching skills pretty much every iteration. And part of that is being able to do this one-on-one with people. So if you're a coach or aspiring coach and you're really looking to like level up, your understanding of programming, if you want to pick my brain, we can use calls as like an endless, Q&A type thing. We can also use it as an opportunity to just learn lecture material. I have literally hundreds of slides of lecture material that I've developed over the past 2 years for the coaches that work under NORi Powerlifting. We can go through that as well. But these are the 3 services. That third one, like I said, is really for those of you who are trying to become the best coaches possible. It's kind of like a workshop, so to speak, or an office hours, in a college class, let's say. So those are the 3 services being offered. Now, I'm blown away that I'm even able to do this. You guys, like I said already in this video, you guys make everything, worth it. And ultimately, I would not be able to do any of this without you guys. I'm so taken aback by how many people want to learn from me. And ultimately, my goal is to just be the best teacher that I possibly can be. My biggest strengths as well as like points of focus as a coach are to be, an educator and a motivator. Those are like my 2 big things. So enough of the sappy stuff. Everything has been going, really well over here. And, in the next coming year, essentially, I'll be seeing a lot of you at these, bigger powerlifting meets. Collegiate Nationals is probably the next big one that we're going to be attending. So if you're there, don't be afraid. Come up to me. I always love to talk to new people and, hear about your powerlifting journey. I really, really like hearing about that. So, that's just a quick little update. Also, I just realized I'm wearing one of the new NORi Apparel shirts sitting directly in front of the camera. You guys can't see it because I have a beautiful 85 millimeter lens filming me right now, but I have boxes and boxes and boxes of the new apparel. This is by far the biggest launch we've ever done. There are 11 items in this launch versus the typical 3. And me and my designers have put a ton of effort into these designs. And from a printing standpoint, like I've really, really made sure to print on like the highest quality blanks. As someone who didn't grow up being like either like super, super skinny or was not until very recently like decently jacked, fit of apparel has always been like the priority. I'm sure some of you can relate to having like really, really nice designed clothing that you just don't wear because it just doesn't fit right. So I've really gone out of my way to make sure that I pick like the highest quality blanks for my more, streetwear type stuff, and costs a lot more money obviously, but I would rather just see, smaller margins if people are going to enjoy my stuff. So, that's my update on apparel. The launch date is probably going to be the week before Christmas. I don't have a hard date for you yet because I'm waiting for a couple more things, literally just 2 more items to come in. But you guys have made this apparel company just in the past year blow up more than I ever could have expected. And I'm just really happy that I can go to a gym in a different state and there's like a pretty good chance I'm going to see someone wearing one of my shirts. Like that's insane to me. So thank you guys again for that. teamnori.com/shop is where you can, purchase the apparel when the launch date has arrived. But yeah, that is pretty much all the updates I have for you guys. From a training perspective, again, like I'm finally like healthy and like hitting a stride, and it just feels so good. Like I just feel, number one, not in pain anymore, which is great. But from like a mental standpoint, like I've talked about this on my podcast. Oh, Jesus Christ. I have a podcast now. There's literally so much that I haven't updated you guys on because I haven't been on YouTube in such a long time. We just started a podcast at NORi Powerlifting. It's called the High Bar Podcast. As of right now, it's conversations between myself and the other coaches on the staff. But going forward, we will have guests. So if you have people you want on the show, like let me know in the comments. We'll do our best to get these people on. But yeah, we started a podcast. And going back to what I was saying is that on this podcast, I talked about how going into nationals, I just felt like very like high strung and was just very high energy all the time. And the block prior to nationals was so successful, and I was more laid back and more chill and more confident and all these things. And I've realized, with how training has been going and how well it's been going, that I need to maintain that going into these competitions. And I can't, try to do too much essentially as we get closer to comp. I need to trust that, one, the plan that me and Steve have laid out is going to go well. And then two, that same, not neutral energy, but like that level of hype that's appropriate is what's going to be sustainable during prep. I tend to overextend myself when I get overly overzealous and just more aggressive and excited in training. So ultimately I feel like I'm in a really good headspace with regards to training, and like I said, performance wise everything's going really well. Again, I'm sorry I got to keep you guys in the vault with everything, or keep the training in the vault, hiding from you guys. It's honestly mostly because it's just been helping, with my training, to have that motivation of like, I need to come out of hiding with like a really, really strong showing essentially. And I think that motivates me a lot more than if I were continuously posting in this like lull period of powerlifting where, the federation split, there's a lot of tension, and, nobody really knows where the sport is going to go. If people are going to flock to the IPF and Sheffield and all that stuff is going to be everything we thought it would be and more, or if the Pro Series is just going to take off and it's going to be the future of powerlifting. So ultimately, I have my own feelings. I think USAPL will win out long term. But like I said, I just really want to go head to head with the guys who are best in my weight class. And, the head to head on good lifts or dots and any of that stuff, it's cool, but it's just not what entices me. I feel like that raw emotion and that, how you take it personal when you're competing against someone within your weight class, and like it feels more. There's more high stakes to it, whereas the pro meets are more of like a showcase, so to speak. It's almost like a home run derby in baseball versus the World Series. Like, to me, when you have that head to head within a weight class and that's the primary focus, it feels more like that Super Bowl, that NBA Finals, that World Series, rather than an all-star game, so to speak. So those are my thoughts. Again, this is just an update for you guys. There's a lot to catch up on, but ultimately, like I said, everything is going really, really well, and I have you guys to thank for that. So, as always, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Remember, there are no bad days, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.